Major cryptocurrencies were slightly lower today. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin dipped about 1%, falling just under the $30,000 level. Ether traded just below $1,900. However, Ripple's XRP token rose nearly 3% after a pullback yesterday.
The SEC clearly lost as a matter of law.
Is devastating to the SEC.
It sounds like the judge leaned more into sort of Ripple's camp than the SEC's.
How much the hype around this decision is really deserved, or if we could see things come back to earth when we realize that the SEC is still pursuing litigation against a number of other crypto players.
Bitcoin is stuck in a tug of war between bulls and bears. The price of the cryptocurrency is hovering above $30,000, but the market sentiment is mixed. Will it go up or will it go down? That is the million-dollar question, and we have the answer for you. In this video, Gareth Soloway will reveal his amazing calculations and analysis for Bitcoin. You don't want to miss this, so watch until the end. And if you want to keep up to date with the latest trends and news in crypto, markets, and the economy, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon. Are you ready for some mind-blowing insights? Let's get started.
So the breakout, if you're looking for what that could be, it could be a approval of a Bitcoin ETF. It could be the stock market continues to rally and risk on continues here, in which case eventually you would assume risk on means Bitcoin heads up as well. So those would be the positives that investors should look for. The negatives, which I think there's more negatives out there. If you see the stock market topping out, let's say the stock market even has a 10% correction from this massive run we've been on over the last, since October of 2020. If that starts to panic investors, do we see exiting and a breakdown on Bitcoin? So for me, it's watching this range. Obviously, it's a very tight range, and whichever way it breaks, I would go in that direction in the short term. I don't think Bitcoin has matured enough yet to be a risk-on asset yet. So again, I think that's the key, is that or a risk-off asset. And so I think at this stage, if fear hits the overall market, and we've even seen this during COVID, even gold early on in COVID sold off, and that's like the classic risk-off asset. And so I do think that right now, investors should assume if you have a stock market sell-off, you'd also get Bitcoin to come in a little bit.
BTC price action may have stalled near the $30,000 mark, but buyer behavior suggests that there is significant demand for the largest cryptocurrency here and now. So will it soar to new heights or crash down to new lows? That's the question on everyone's mind. Now let's get back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been hovering around that $31,000 level for a while, after crossing it thanks to a positive ruling in the Ripple v SEC case. This was a big win for the crypto community. There are many bullish factors that you should keep in mind for the crypto market. It could be the green light for a Bitcoin ETF, Federal Reserve pausing rate hikes, the unstoppable rally in the stock market, or the partial victory of XRP. But despite the upward swing, Bitcoin continues to face resistance.
The level I've always said is 30,500. That's the key level. You have to have 5 trading day closes above that level in consecutive days. And if you look here, we've even pierced 31,000 multiple times, yet we have not had 5 consecutive days above 30,500. So that continues to be the line in the sand. Take a look at this. I mean, we were on April 14th, Bitcoin hit 31,000. That was April 14th. We're now at July 7th. And think about what the NASDAQ has done. The NASDAQ has continued to go up, at least 5-6% since then, maybe even 7 or 8%. Yet Bitcoin has not been able to break up. That's concerning for me as an investor. That's concerning for me as an investor, and has to be kind of monitored. I'm short a little bit right here, just looking for a breakdown. My cover is very obvious, like we talked about, any 5-day close above 30,500. It's a simple, easy, low risk trade because the risk is minimal here. It's only trading $200 below that level. So for me, I'm a risky trader. That's what I do for a living. For the retail crowd, I would say sit on the sidelines and watch to see if we get above that 30,500 level for those days. And then if you want to hop on board to 35, I think that's open to do. Being safer is always the better plan in the investing world. It's people that try to 10x their money overnight or in a month that usually end up losing it. So again, everyone should stay within their zone. There's nothing wrong with waiting for the next consolidation. In fact, you could argue that it's making bullish consolidation right now, which could be setting up for the next move up. again, we have to see it get above that key level for that many days. If you're a marathon runner and you just ran a marathon, which is what a big move would be, and you need to take a rest, right? You need to refuel, you need to rest your body. If you only get 1 day of rest and then they say go run another marathon, it's kind of hard to do. But if you got a month off between, which is a lot of consolidation, a lot of sideways rest, you can run that next marathon and probably complete it really, really well. So great analysis there, absolutely. And same thing on the downside. If it starts to break down, then chances are it's going to be a big breakdown.
Are you ready for some crypto action? This week, we've seen some exciting movements in the market, with most coins flirting with their upper resistance levels. This could mean a bullish breakout is on the horizon, so keep your eyes peeled. Bitcoin, the king of crypto, has been hovering around 30k to 31k for a while, but it ain't given up. It's testing the waters near the top of its range, looking for a chance to soar. But there's a catch. Bitcoin needs to prove itself by staying above $30,500 for 5 consecutive days. That's the key to unlocking the next level of $35,000. If it can do that, you might want to hop on board and enjoy the ride. If not, brace yourself for a steep fall. The market indicators are in favor of Bitcoin right now, as long as it holds above the $30,000 mark. If the bulls can keep up the momentum, we could see a bullish rally. Let's get into the next clip to hear more from Gareth Soloway. And of course, be sure to give a big thumbs up to this video.
Market is in this zone, and I've seen this in past cycles. It usually occurs at the end of a cycle move where the markets kind of get in this euphoric sense. We saw it in 2021 where no one cared about any of the possibilities of the Fed hiking and the markets just went up until the Fed finally took it and started to hike. And then we saw that correction begin in the markets. And so we're in that same zone. I think risks that the markets are ignoring. You have China with Taiwan. There's been some kind of, some crazy comments coming out from both sides, the US and China, but China just recently saying that the US has turned Taiwan into a tinderbox by selling military equipment to them. Then you have obviously the comments from Biden, accusing Xi of being a dictator that didn't go over well, and some vice versa tit for tat in terms of trade stuff. So I think that's a factor that we have to keep an eye on. I think the bigger one for me is the macro data, right? The market wants weaker jobs numbers, but the key is the market wants just a little weaker jobs, just enough to make the Fed stop. If we slip down and we start going negative on jobs on a monthly basis, guess what we're going to start hearing? Oh my goodness, it's going to be a recession. A recession with inflation is called stagflation. And again, that is not what we want to see. That, in fact, would be an atrocious situation for the stock market and for investors. So there's a lot of risks out there. But if you look at the VIX remains relatively low, which means markets and investors are ignoring these risks.
There are several bearish outlooks as well in the market. Fed raising rates, the job market, inflation. You see, if jobs fall too much, it could signal a recession. And if inflation stays high, we could have stagflation, which is bad news for stocks and investors. So, are you bullish on the market? Or do you think bearish clouds are still hovering above the market? Will Bitcoin break above 31k and reach 35,000? Or will it sink below 30,000? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more updates on crypto and the economy. Also, be sure to give a big thumbs up to this video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Adios.